stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. 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 Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. 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 I am a lucky one.
SPD, welcome to the show for everyone. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and as always, we're talking real conversations that touch everyday life and test what we really believe. And I'm your host today, Mary Hangeior. Yesterday on the Speed Lane, we talked about why people are avoiding marriage, and many of us shared thoughts on whether commitment is still valued today. Now, one point that kept coming up was what happens when marriages go sour. So today, let's dive into that. We want to know, should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Today, we are talking about unhappy marriages. Now, the question is, should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Is staying in an unhappy marriage a sign of commitment, or is it holding you back? Should couples work through these issues and all of that? But obviously, it's not all some issues that can be worked. So in those cases now, do you think couples should leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Now, there's no judgment for whatever opinion you have, because the opinion is yours, and it's you're the only person who can decide and then make those choices for yourself. And so you can call in and share with us what your opinion is. Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. Tell us what you think. Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Now, unhappiness in marriage can be a complex issue. Some people believe that marriage is a lifelong commitment no matter what. Others feel that staying in an unhappy marriage can be toxic for both partners. And in some cases, couples can work through their issues with, communication therapy and compromise. But in other cases, the unhappiness might just be too deep-seated. So what's your own take? Should couples prioritize their own happiness, or should they prioritize the commitment they made to each other? Which is bringing us to our question today. Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. Now, I think when it comes to something like marriage, it has to do with each person. Like, everyone has their own opinion and their own decisions to make. And then some people feel like, it's not do or die, and I cannot spend my whole life like being unhappy, because what marriage is a lifelong commitment. And while others will say, like, there's no way I'm planning to like spend my entire life being unhappy and it feels like jail and all of that. So like I have to leave. There are other people who would say, okay, like since we already got into the deal and then it's supposed to be a marriage, you took your vows and all of that, you cannot leave. And people even bring reasons like, okay, because of the children then you shouldn't leave or anything like that. But what is your own take? Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? And the number for you to call is 090 36 that's 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. Now let's talk about some of the things that most people talk about, like that make them want to stay in a marriage even when it's not convenient or when they are happy, and then all of that. Now people bring reasons like because of children, like I earlier mentioned, and then for some people they just think about, okay, what society going to say, what are my friends going to say? And then for other people it's more like they don't have families that are going to take them back, or if I leave now, where am I going to, where would I how would I start my life and all of that. So it's one of the things that makes some people not want to leave. But then for other people, I don't know, maybe until they call in and tell us what it is. And then there's people who would say since we got on the altar together and then we signed this, whatever. Well, there are different forms of marriages. Like some people prefer the traditional white wedding, even courts and all of that. So some people take those vows like seriously, and then they keep applying it even when things go so in their marriages. So it's more like they don't want to back down on those words of theirs and all of that. But what do you think? Hello? Okay, we lost that. And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Let's hear your opinions on that. When we talked about why people are avoiding marriages these days, a lot of people wanted. Hello,
good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Emmanuel Loco. I'm calling from Georgia Sportage.
All right, welcome to the show. So what do you think? Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy?
No, couples shouldn't leave their marriage when they are unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
They are supposed to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to the time they married, they had ascertained themselves and have done all the necessary trials, believing God that they are ready to take together for better for worse.
Okay.
And challenges are part of life. Whether we like it or not, is going to come. And nobody is perfect. Remember that both couples were raised in different homes, had different backgrounds and everything before they got married.
Okay.
So the process they have come together to live together, surely through their lifetime together, there must be discrepancies and there must be issues that will threaten that unity. Now, how do they move forward?
Okay.
They have to work it out. So it could be on finances, it could be on romance, it could be on personal hygiene, it could be on family issues. It's going to come. It's not. It shouldn't be a point for living. It should be a point of making them stronger, working stronger to know themselves better. Every challenges in life have solutions.
Okay. So
my best advice is they shouldn't walk out of that marriage when there are challenges. They should work it out and live happily.
So do you feel like unhappiness alone is not reason enough for couples to live? Like from what you just said now, you feel like unhappiness is not reason enough for a couple to leave the marriage just because they're unhappy, right?
No, it's not. Unhappiness alone is not a ground for couples to
All right. All right.
Because unhappiness can come and go.
Okay.
At times, you might have issues in your working place and affect your mood and everything in the house. And it may linger for long if it is an office issue that has to do with something that could affect your work. And sure, within that period, you're going to be very unhappy.
Okay.
So you say because of that, your partner is unhappy or your partner is not giving you the value. No. And even normally, without having issues, we human beings, we have mood swings. There are periods at the time you just wake up and even you look at your wife, you look at your husband, who is this person? But that does not mean that you will leave marriage. I don't know that you're not happy with him, you leave marriage. No.
Okay.
No. Yes. That's my opinion, though.
Thank you very much for calling in to share your opinion with us. We heard from him and he said unhappiness, it's not reason enough, it's not a strong ground for someone to leave their marriage. But what do you think? Because I believe everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Should couples leave the marriage if they are unhappy? And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Chief John Aga.
All right, Chief John, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm calling from Makudi.
All right, what do you think?
These issues are, I often feel that it's an issue that is discussed cast on stone. Primarily, what determines happiness in marriages or not are factors that should be tackled before even going into a relationship.
Okay.
The problem often is that people go into so-called relationship with so much of emotions, leaving reason out.
Okay.
But when you finish going into it, it's the reason that will define whatever happens from there. For instance, you go into a relationship with somebody because he's good looking, he speaks well, he has money, provides you security, the family name rings a bell. That all are what you call the personality factors.
Okay.
But when you are into it, it's the character factors that determine and sustain a relationship. And gives you the power to endure. Character factors like, is the person himself a focus person? Is he goal oriented? Does he believe in you? And promoting the goals, your ideals? Does he respect you and the people around you? These are things that begin to count.
Okay.
And these are things that help you pull through. So happiness or unhappiness, both you must experience in marriage. So if you don't tighten the values that will make you understand that you have to endure this. People can easily, for any cheap reason, leave marriages. That's why we're saying some of the divorces we're having are things, the causes of those kind of divorces are some things that could be resolved.
Okay.
But because the societal values have become so loose that people find it an easy option to opt out of marriage. Check, many that opted out. They have silent tears, they are crying inside, they can't tell you. Agreed. There are some abusive and toxic relationships that the best option is to leave.
Okay.
But we're magnifying it. There are some that should be managed, and yet people bolt out of such marriages. So you don't expect happiness throughout in this life, so long as you are alive. We're not designed. Life is not designed to be like that. There must be ups and downs, So, in summary, happiness it depends on the extent. When your life and joy and mental health consistently is being threatened, it can be opting out of marriage. It can be an option.
Okay.
But we're overflogging it because people are leaving marriage for very cheap reasons. And this because societal values, with that our culture did not allow this.
Okay.
Marriages were more successful then. Now we see we left culture of following so-called religion. Yet the religion were not holding properly. So there's a gap in between. So there's this social and moral dislocation in the society because we're not really being guided by any particular values anymore.
Okay.
We only pay lip service to it. Parents have a role to play here. When you have emphasized from beginning to your children, this marriage you're going into. In this family, you don't come back, so go and think well. They draw their attention, begin to put reason in place more than emotions. All this one, it wasn't like this, it changed. And it's a lie. The people changing is very low. Most times it's we that fail to put our sense of discernment and reason to place in thinking. When they say this man is like this, you won't hear. It will be a subject of discussion, your bed with him. But when the chips are down, these things people are complaining with purpose. So be reasonable to know that, look, this man, let me check in and let me be objective. If it's going to work, you will know.
Okay.
If you say, when the Bible talks about the spirit of discernment, it's real.
Okay.
Practice this over time. Suspend emotion and evaluate people. You only see the truth that they would have successfully hidden from you if you didn't put discernment in place. There is. So most of these relationships that people are running into problem here and there are challenges that from the beginning, if you had your senses, your problem, and use it, you will see it.
Okay.
Personally, nobody has successfully pretended around me. It's not possible.
Okay.
No matter how you play, no matter a woman does, no matter how my male friends behave, I will know you for you and just keep quiet and follow you to an extent that it's safe for me to follow.
Okay, that's a strong spirit.
It.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in to share your opinion on this. And our caller had a lot to say. He gave a broader view. He even explained how some people just go into these marriages without actually trying to understand who they are getting together with, and then knowing that, okay, is this something that in the long run will make me unhappy? And then we bring that temptation to leave. And also he says it's not completely like he's not completely bashing the idea of, okay, leaving a marriage, but then the rate at which people do it these days for soft reasons or reasons that are not ground enough. He said, okay, if your marriage is having too much effect on your mental health, your joy, and all of that, where you're losing yourself, then it's okay to leave. But the rate at which people leave marriages these days because of petty reasons, that's what is not accepted. And he also mentioned culture. Like back then, it wasn't permitted to just leave and then go and all of that. But these days, it's more like divorce flying everywhere. So what's your take on this? We are talking about unhappy marriages today on the speed lane. And the question is, should couples leave the marriage if they are unhappy? Should they leave and go their separate ways if they are unhappy? And the number for you to call is 090 0808. Take that again, 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number for you to call again. It's 0808 427 5464. Should couples leave the marriage if they are unhappy? Should they prioritize their own happiness and all of that if the marriage is no longer working out for them? Hello? Yes, please, could you move away from your radio set, please?
Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Frank from International Market.
Okay, welcome to the show. So what do you think? Should couples leave the marriage if they're unhappy?
Well, if you are looking for happiness, go and drink ice cream. At least you'll be happy.
Okay, as ice cream makes people that happy.
Yes, at least you enjoy it. Marriage is not for happiness.
Okay.
Marriage is for commitment.
Mm-hmm.
The founder of marriage, which is God, who laid the foundation for marriage, says it that man shall leave his father and his mother, and the two shall become one. Okay. And if you go further in the New Testament, it says, man, love your wife. Woman, be submissive unto your own husband, as Christ unto the church. Okay. Now, that is for the Christian background. For the traditional people, the local people, what we call the traditional marriage that we engage in, it is expected that the man respects, the man loves the wife, and the woman also in turn respects the husband. Now, in the modern days, we have a lot of issues. One, people are looking for the word you call just now happiness. Happiness, yes. Happiness. The happiness they can't give to themselves, they are expecting it from someone else. Okay. Happiness is happening around you. It's a function of the things that happens. If you create a happy environment, you enjoy marriage. If you don't create that happy environment, don't expect your partner to give you happiness. Okay. So it's a function of your doing. You don't respect your husband, you don't respect his value, you don't respect your wife, you don't respect her value, and you are looking for happiness. Okay. At the both sides, it will not happen. So we must understand that if we must be happy, we must be the one to create that happiness around it.
Okay.
That will drag me to the point where I'm going now. Marriage is for commitment.
Okay.
Marriage is not for happiness. There is no way in the Bible that when you marry, you should be happy.
Okay.
A time will come when you will not like your wife.
Okay.
Because of her attitude and behavior. A time will come when you will not like your husband. Because of your attitude and behavior. I use the word like. I do not use another word. I say like. So when that moment comes, what do you now do? You go back to the drawing board in the first place. Why did I choose this person?
Okay.
If I choose him to be my husband, then I should respect him and
no
be
matter what.
submissive to him. If I choose this woman to be my wife, I should love her and nurture her.
Okay.
So if we have this commitment, then the word happiness can become something that we can do.
Okay.
Because when your children are pecking you, disturbing you, and you want to play with your phone, they say, "Mommy, give me attention." You are playing with your phone. You are looking for your happiness. You are not looking for the happiness of the family.
Okay.
You must be able to differentiate between your happiness and what makes everybody in the family. Your child is ready to go to bed. You are not ready to put your child to bed. And you are looking for happiness. The child will not give you that. So when we are responsible to our marriages and our commitments, the happiness we are looking for will now come.
Okay.
The issue of looking for happiness and the problems that come with marriage, there is no life without problem. Okay. Life is full of ups and downs.
All right, all right.
How you are able to fight through every of your problems, like the sperm that your father released that goes to fertilize the egg. There were over 2 million of them. One fought to survive. So man survivor in marriage and woman survivor in marriage is a function of a fight.
Okay.
Positively. Resisting whatever will create a situation or make you want to leave.
Okay.
Another thing that leads to this problem is expectation as a function of what the other person in the other compound or the other woman is doing.
Okay.
Don't compare anybody to your own marriage.
Oh, that's like looking outside and saying, okay, that one looks better than mine.
Yes. You don't know what happens in their house.
Okay.
The person that is telling you that eat egg and super stew in the house might be drinking garri.
Okay.
When the person is happy, he chooses it. He might tell you that I'm eating garri. He might tell you I'm eating sweet.
Okay.
Whatever you are doing, make sure you better yourself.
All right, all right.
That will bring me to my conclusion.
All right.
If there are problems in the marriage today, what do? We run to social media. We post. My husband is abusing me. My wife is abusing me. 90% of the marriages that end in divorce today, the both parent consent were not seek as regards to the marriage. The woman carried her bag, left her matrimonial home.
Okay, all right.
So he did not even consent. When the father said, "You cannot leave this marriage because my experience with your mother shows that we passed through the same thing." You say, "No, I am a Gen Z generation. I cannot be under any man. No man can say that I will not be happy." We should listen to our culture, our tradition, as regards to the direction of our parents. And parents, stop waiting for your children to bring what you cannot do for yourself to your house.
All right.
So that you help them build their marriage.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in. This is where we would have to just wrap it up on that. But I think we got the point. Like, marriage is for commitment, not happiness. That is what our caller said. That is his opinion. Marriage is for commitment, not happiness. And then if you're committed to a marriage, you'll be able to find happiness with it. I think that's what he said. If you're happy, you'll be able to find if you're committed, you'll be able to find your happiness in that marriage. You create your happiness yourself. And he also said, if you're looking for happiness in a marriage, go and buy ice cream. I guess ice cream brings happiness and all of that. But on a more serious note, what do you think? We are talking about unhappy marriages today on the speed lane, and the question is, should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Should couples leave a marriage simply because they are unhappy in it? And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. Should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? Now, we've gotten different opinions, but I think all of them are disagreeing with couples leaving a marriage if they are unhappy. I mean, someone said marriages are going to have like good times and bad times. There are going to be times where you're going to be so happy, and then also times where you would be unhappy. So it's for you to just be patient and then wait for the next phase to pass, or that phase to pass, and then the next one comes. But sometimes I feel like people get pressured to the extent that they cannot actually wait for that phase to pass, or when that phase, it's not a phase again and it becomes their everyday reality. You wake up every day and you're not living that stage of unhappiness. You're just there every day. You're unhappy every single day. When it gets to that extent, now, should couples leave, or should they still stay and maintain their whole vows and try to find the happiness back in the same marriage that it was lost and all of that? One of our callers also mentioned some people would ignore the red flags, like the signs, even before getting into the marriage. They just look at what is on the outer part and then forget that, okay, this is a lifelong thing, and then it's possible that in the way there's something that I would not be able to take anymore. And so maybe at that time you say, oh, it's just this attitude now, I'll be able to take it. But then later on you find out that this thing my husband keeps doing, it's making me unhappy. This thing my wife keeps doing, it's making me unhappy, and then I would not be able to take it anymore. So that's like you ignore the signs from the start, and then you ended up, okay, I cannot do this anymore. So should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? What is your opinion on this? And number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. What do you think couples should do if they are unhappy? People have given different suggestions and all of that. It's better for couples to stay and fix all of that, but you never know. I feel like you never know, since you're not the person in someone else's marriage. Although our last caller even said sometimes you be looking at someone else's marriage and then you feel like they are so happy in it and all of that, and that's where contentment comes in, because you don't know if what they are showing on the outside is actually what's going on inside the house. But even apart from that, I feel like you should be able to tell if someone is genuinely happy. But why are we even trying to compare with another person's happiness? It should be your own choice to make, and not determined by what another person is facing and then all of that. So the question remains, should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy? And number for you to call and share your opinion is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. We are talking about unhappy marriages, and right now let's talk about some of the things that would actually lead to all those unhappiness. From what we've heard from like different people that would say, okay, I was unhappy because of this. Someone mentioned financial issues. Sometimes maybe you get into a marriage and then maybe the whole financial status was stable and everything was going well, and then sometimes maybe kids come in and then it's more like you always find yourself managing trying to think about what you would have tomorrow, what you're going to do about different financial situations. And then for others, that could be draining. Like they cannot take it any longer and they just want to leave, because you can never know what's making someone unhappy, and that's enough reason to make someone unhappy. Financial instability, for me, it's enough reason to make someone unhappy. So in that situation now, should couples leave a marriage if they are unhappy, whether they have kids, whether they do not? What is your take on this? And number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. Now let's talk about how in times that have passed, it's more like the choices were even limited. I mean, even if people were unhappy or couples were unhappy in a marriage, they were not even thinking in that direction of, okay, maybe I have a choice to leave. You'd find it really rare. It's not like it didn't happen, but then it was really rare for a couple to just stand up and say, okay, we cannot do this anymore, and then actually just leave. But these days that everyone is operating on, okay, free will, there's no culture, no religion, is just about prioritizing mental health, prioritizing your own happiness and all of that. So like, is there something wrong with these days practice, or was it those days practice, or is it both of them? Both of them are right, but then maybe to some extent, and then all of that. So you can call in and share with us, because it's about time we'll go we'll end it on the speed lane for today, for this morning. And the question is, should couples leave the marriage if they are unhappy? Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. And before we go, let's talk about like societal pressures. Many people feel pressure to stay in marriage due to like societal expectations, like family or religious beliefs and all of that. I don't know if they are right for that. Well, it's why we're expecting you to actually call and tell us about it. For me, I don't know if they are right to like feel pressure due to what society is going to say. But if you're applying it to other things, even apart from marriage, I would say no one should have to like endure something if they don't want it, simply because of what another person is going to say. But also agreeing with some of callers' point, which they said, okay, it's more like you expected those faces to come, and you cannot simply run away because it's no longer going the way you thought it would, or the way you expected it to go, and all of that. You should have expected to be unhappy at some point, and then happiness comes in again. But sometimes that unhappiness could extend, and I don't know, maybe when it comes to that, should the person still stay and be enjoying the whole unhappiness and keep waiting for light to shine, or should they actually leave? And at this point, we would wrap it up on the speed lane this morning. We have been talking about unhappy marriages, and to be honest, unhappy marriages are never easy, and there's no one size fits all solution. But one thing is clear: relationships take work, communication, and honesty. So as you think about your own relationship, remember it's okay to question what's working and what's not working. And also remember that every single person is entitled to their own opinion and their own choices to make. Don't look at someone else's marriage or what they are doing or what they would have done and then compare it to yours, because it's only you who knows where it itches the most. So as you go about your day today, don't forget to remember that you should take care of your own heart. It's the one place you can call home, and don't keep looking at everyone else's happiness or what they show you and then trying to apply it to your own life. And this has been the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I've been your host, Mary Hangeior. Also coming up next at 10 a.m. after the news is King James 90s Top 10. So stay tuned for that and more right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM.